To Mr. Rick Moranis, father and actor. From the desk of Palmer, co-host, Long Walk, Short Drink. 6 March, 2019. Dear Mr. Moranis, I hope this letter finds you well. My name is Palmer. I'm a co-host of a podcast/YouTube show called Long Walk, Short Drink. Amongst other things, this show has become an ad hoc therapy session for both myself and my buddy Dave, who is the other host of the show. Ages ago, in an early episode, I pitched an idea of a segment where I would write open letters to people, places, and things. Dave asked me who I would write the first letter to, and I said without hesitation, Rick Moranis. Earlier this year, we were discussing goals for the new year, and in that discussion, Dave suggested that I start writing down my thoughts to assist in the journey I have set out for this year. Honestly, I thought it was a great suggestion, but have been struggling on where to start. Then, last episode, we decided to have a retrospective on Ghostbusters and Stand by Me, and Dave offhandedly said, maybe we'll finally hear that open letter to Rick Moranis. So, here we are. And yes, that was a long walk for a short drink. I'm listening to the agoraphobic cowboy while I write this. I haven't listened to this before, and I was curious. I wondered if I would hear you missing acting in your songs. Does that sound crazy? I wanted to hear if it sounded like you missed acting. So ridiculous. I think I wanted to hear if you missed it as much as I missed you doing it. That's the heart of this letter. I miss seeing you pop up from time to time to make me laugh with amazing character work. And I miss even more seeing you pop up even more infrequently as a leading character that would just blow me away, even when I was a kid. Seriously, I bet you haven't had a fan tell you that when they were 10, they were hit hard by the scene where you defend your pancake syruping system to your estranged wife in My Blue Heaven with the simple phrase, there's a system for everything. Sorry, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to quote your movies and gush. I'm trying to express what your work has meant to me and hopefully convey why the world, not just me, needs a little more Rick Moranis. My dad wasn't around for about 7 years while I was growing up. I was the baby, so my mom was overprotective. Needless to say, I spent a lot of time in front of the television with next to no filter and a subscription to HBO. And I can tell you, while I look over your IMDb from this period of my life, just about every one of your movies has a connection to a fond memory of mine. Little Shop of Horrors, Ghostbusters, My Blue Heaven, Parenthood, Strange Brew, Club Paradise, shit, Spaceballs. I can remember going to see Honey, I Shrunk the Kids at the movie theaters when it first came out. You were there in the periphery of my childhood, and I always found a connection to your characters. I was a sheltered, chubby kid who lived in government-assisted housing, and I saw this guy who wore those huge black horn-rimmed glasses and owning it. I really dug that. Your characters were these nerds that just owned it so much they became who they were. How honest and sincere can you get? People say Big Bang Theory made nerds cool, and I say that's bullshit. They missed it by a couple decades. Seriously, man, you inspired me, and your comedy helped shape who I am today. And today, I could really use a little more inspiration. Have you seen what's going on in this world? We need to laugh. We need to see that it's okay to be ourselves. You gave that to me, and I know I am not alone. The reason you walked away from acting is probably one of the most inspirational reasons, and I am sure your children are grateful. Just know that if the day ever comes that you decide to returning to acting, I will be first in line for a ticket. I know that might not be what it takes to push you over the line. I'm not anybody you know or will ever meet, but I am someone you have impacted. I am someone you have made for the better. I am someone who has benefited from your craft. So if you do ever find yourself missing it, know you have been missed as well. Until that day comes, I'll just be here, surrounded by assholes. Sincerely, Palmer. Long walk, no drink.
Oh, that's everything I could have wanted.